Well, hello everybody. Let's go take a look. Well, lots of people right away. I'm busy eating popcorn. You'll see it's going to be a really good show. You're probably going to want to get your popcorn. It's going to be crazy today. So Connie's here. Let's see. My Nickest. That's me from before. Hey Connie. Lots of people here. What's for dinner? So I'm having popcorn. I had a good dinner. All's good. It's going to be a really good show. So you can see I'm eating some theater popcorn. A couple late surprises that are going to enter. Some really big news coming out today that I think you guys are going to want to pay attention to, which is why I'm having the popcorn. It's really good. Anyway, I like to order theater popcorn every once in a while. Uber Eats is great for that. Yes, I have fully recovered, John. Thank you very much. So what happened was I hurt my neck, and then it actually happened like last, I guess, Wednesday morning, and then it took me till Thursday and Friday to get rid of it. It wasn't just a standard, I woke up and my neck sore. I had to go to the chiropractor and I went for massage. Oh, poor me, I know. But all good. Everything's all fixed. I am better. Now I am just a pain in the neck. No longer have a pain in the neck. So thank you for that, John. Appreciate it. Gersh, good to see you. We just spent the last 15 minutes, whatever it was, typing on the phone, texting each other. Jeffrey, you're always the one who says wahoo. It's going to be a good show. I think it's going to be, I think you're really going to like this one. I got a really good surprise for you that's going to make you go register a whole bunch of stuff. And I tell you, it's not in the available list. It's something new that you're going to find out. All better. I know who that is. Literally, pain in the neck. Yep. And Joe, first time on a live. Good thing you've recovered. All good, Jed. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. You're not going to be disappointed today. I can tell you that I'm getting lots of emails. Great to see you. Hey, Mark, Melanie, good to see you. Cecil, good to see you back. Yeah, so did you guys actually miss the show? Because I've been toying with whether I should do them weekly or whether I should just skip a couple of weeks if they're not all that important to you guys or what. But if they're good, we're going to keep going. I got some really cool stuff today. That's all I can really tell you. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going over it. I'm going to switch right to the expiring names tomorrow. What I can tell you is it's a really, really strong list of expiring names that are available tomorrow, and I'm kind of surprised how strong it is. So the available names list is good. The expiring names tomorrow, you're going to want to pay attention to these and make sure you either back order them or try to register them after they're done. There's some really good stuff in them. I've been on 3 meetings today, incidentally. I told Melanie I was going to mention this because she asked me. On 3 different meetings, people have asked me, what is on my shirt? So for Robert, who's always worried about my pink shirts or other shirts, I'll let you figure it out and let me know. I'll tell you at the end of the show. It's not the big secret, though. I can tell you that. All right. I like them, but usually work on Wednesdays. Homesick today. I'm sorry you're homesick today. We did miss the show. Good. I'm glad you missed it. Not that you're sick, but we're going to get to some really good stuff. So without further ado, this is a list of names that is expiring tomorrow, which you'd have to back order either today or before about 1 o'clock or before noon to be safe Eastern time tomorrow. But I'm telling you, it's a really good list. So pay attention. I was surprised with how good it was. There's some names in there that I'm going to go after, and I don't usually go after a lot of them, but I'm going to go after them. So without further ado, let's look at that list. We can always get back to the popcorn later. These are names expiring tomorrow, so they are not available now. So don't get all excited. They're not available now. Did I share the right one with you? What does it say? No, that's the wrong one. Stop sharing that one. Wrong one. Let's share the right one now. Can't give you the available ones yet. It's too early. Too much of a treat. It keeps switching on me. Hopefully it's this one. Let's say, no, it keeps giving me, what are you doing to me, screen? Maybe I've been gone too long and I actually forget what I'm doing, but I don't think so. I think it's just screwing me over on which one it shares because they're both the same. That's the expiring list. Okay, let's get my face out of here. Let's go through them. So this is a list of expiring names. Let me know what you like. Elevation Desks, big thing with Elevation Desks. It's a short one, 470. Apartment alarm systems, I think that's a great one. 7,500 people look for that a month. Free job alert. This is a great chance to advertise affiliate stuff in job alerts and say, hey, there's job alerts for whatever position you want, whether it be web designer, I don't know, anything. You could have anything you want. 8,700 people a month look for free job alerts. So maybe a good service to get hooked up with a job alert site and actually have advertising in there with your affiliate link. Debugged code. 16,000 people a month look to get code debugged or debug code. Now this one, keep in mind, standard contractual clause, 17,800 people Google that. The plural is in here too somewhere, so that's obviously higher. Vets Center, spelt the American way for center, 22,000 people a month. That could be like vets like war vets, or it could be vets like as in I have a bunch of vets working out of a center. Handicapped sports, for those of you that know that handicap sports is when you actually pick who you think is going to win the side. That's 25,500. But handicapped sports, which are sports for the handicapped, is also good. I think those anybody that's handicapped and watch the handicap Olympics know they're better athletes than anybody who's not. They're amazing athletes. So it's a great site to dedicate to them. Design interior online. If you want to do interior design online, 27,000 people. Musician Masters. I thought this was a good brandable, so I left it in there, 29,000. There's a bunch of hiring stuff in this list. Hiring Crane, 32,000 people a month. Dr. Hernia, if you want to be known as the hernia doctor, 33,000 a month, good brandable. Printing Rug, 34,000. Beam Projectors, I had to Google that, 46,000. Direct credits, so if you want to add credits and you want to, I don't know, apply for credits because your house is more secure, you've changed your toilets or water efficient, whatever, you can apply for home credits for roofs or bathrooms, furnaces, whatever you want. Direct credits is a good way to set that up with 51,400. Home loan construction. Home loan construction, 60,000, but it's more about getting home loans for construction. Websites codes, 71,000, so that's a pretty good name. Connect accounts could be for anything you want to connect accounts to, 86,000. Meditation night, obviously good brandable for those of you that meditate and want to have a meditation night. You're looking at 94,000 people there. Now it's hiring forklift. So hiring crane, 31,000 or 32,000. Hiring forklift, 103,000. So quite a bit going on there. Maintenance for buildings, I love this one. 150,000 a month, maintenance for buildings. Ruth Ginsburg, for those of you that are interested in her, you can build a dedication site or a hate site. It's up to you. 188,000 searches a month, and her domain is dropping. Glass tea sets, 231,000. Should also let you know that glass tea set, singular, is also dropping in this list. Technical SEO audit, 242,000. It's a great name. Everyone wants an SEO audit, but a technical SEO audit does security and SEO and everything. Sexy push-up bras, 256,000. Mobile phone service, 262,000. Mobile phones service. I don't like the S there, but well, we got to pay attention to it. Decorating and painting. I think that's a pretty good name. It's long, but it's a good brandable. And then that's 264,000. Corporate gift boxes. So if employers want to buy things for their staff, corporate gift boxes is a good idea. Almost 400,000 people think so. Weekly farmers, 487, could be a farmer's market, could be anything. That's 487,000. Investment Australia, good name for a finance company, 557,000. And this one's a brandable. It could be IT help desk, ITS help desk. For me, it's helpdesk.com, 558,000 are looking for it. Junior developers, 580,000. It's a pretty good one too. People are always looking for junior developers. New taps could be for your faucets, could be taps for beers, 636,000. Elementary schooling, 839,000 a month. Here's your glass tea set. The plural was 231,000. The singular is 893,000. Well, that's because most people want a glass tea set, not multiple ones. So always watch your plurals when you're buying domain names. Wi-Fi camera system. Almost 1 million people look for a Wi-Fi camera system like Nest or anything else that's out there. So that's a pretty good one. Hand grip strengthener. Could be like the stress ball or one of those things where you pull to get your hand strengthened. That's a brand by itself. You could sell those. You could put company logos, company names on it. Over 1 million people are looking for it. inflatable surfboard. Now I left this because it's just ridiculous. But look how many people are looking for it. 1.1 million people are looking for inflatable surfboard, even though when they get out in the ocean, they would just fall apart. Okay, let's look at the sexy push-up bras up here again. 256,000 for the plural, 1.1 million for the singular. They're obviously looking for one push-up bra. Survey course, 1.2 million people looking for a survey course. Advanced payment, that could be payday loans or anything like that, 1.3 million. They're only going to get better as we go. Motorcycle models, great name, 2.6 million really look for motorcycle models. That could be models to model on motorcycles, or could be models of motorcycles. You decide. Then we have standard contractual clauses.com, the plural, 3.7 million, whereas the singular was up here somewhere, not even close to that. Recruitment officer, 4 million people looking for a recruitment officer. White running shoes, real popular. Obviously, you know what they want there, 4.1 million. Apparently, Daisy wants to go down. Maintenance for building, 5.8 million. So you've got maintenance for one building, 5.8 million, and then you've also got maintenance for buildings, plural, which is also in here somewhere. There it is there. 149,000 for the plural, but 5.8 million for the singular, because people have one building, unless you have a property manager. So those are your dropping domains for tomorrow. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. But I think it's a pretty strong list for tomorrow. I definitely like the building for maintenance ones. I think those are good. I like motorcycle models. I think it's a good one. Advanced payment is good. The hand grip strengthener, it's a specific product. Wi-Fi camera system, obviously great. So those are some of them that I like. Junior developers, I think that's a good one. Only because I do SEO audits. So technical SEO audits is something I'd like. Those are the best ones. Maybe meditation night will be good for a lot of you guys who believe in meditation. The rest of them, it's up to you guys. I did like apartment alarm systems, but I think condos and apartments, most of them will have it. We're going to talk about condos a bit later in here because there's more surprises. So what do you think of that list? Let's get rid of it for now. Any questions, any thoughts on the list? I'll let you post, talk to me. A couple of likes, so that's good. Gonna go. We have a lot of other stuff to go over. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm so busy. But most of you know me. My name is Adam Dicker, and I'm the host of the show that you're watching today. It is called The Art of the Name. So you have to throw it in there now because I forgot about it. Okay, a couple comments. Where were you posted? Yes, they will be posted in the software. Apparently Daisy wants to talk. Hey, be quiet. I'm in the middle of a live show. Your cuteness needs to be quiet. All right. So that's that. Anybody have any questions about that? Lots of other stuff to go through. I did sell, people were asking, I posted that I sold kidsdebitcards.com. That was just one of the names that I mentioned every week in the available list. Nobody grabbed it, so I registered it. It sold for $1,850, 20 payments of $101.75, which works out to over $2,000 by payments. So I thought that was pretty cool. That actually sold. It wasn't one I was expecting to sell, but it's always nice to wake up and see a sale. So that was on dan.com that it sold. Let's talk about some recent registrations. I'm not going to talk about many, but I will tell you that a lot of you don't seem to be using the tips and tricks that I've been showing you lately, so please try to use them. Yesterday, I just went to look at the free available names, and I've showed you how to get them before. And I picked up buyinglists.com, buying lists, plural. Great for selling lists of names or leads or anything like that. 1,400 searches a month at $8.51 a click. That's quite a lot, and I picked it up for under $9. So $8.51 a click, 1,400 searches a month, and I grabbed it for under $9. So you guys need to really check some of these things and see what's going on, and make sure you guys are on top of it. Make sure you're looking for names. Let's talk about some cool trends that are coming up. This is the good stuff that I was waiting for that's popcorn ready. In the news today, in Canada, we're now introducing cashierless convenience stores. What does that mean? Well, there'll be over 200 stores in Canada, and I'm sure they're going to be in the US and other countries, where you basically walk in, you pick out what you want, and you go to the automated checkout, you buy it, you check out, and you go. To get into the domain names, domain names. To get into the store, somebody posted a comment that threw me off. So to get in the store, you need to have an app, and then you get in, it lets you in, and off you go. Apparently, they're saying that the stores in Canada, by the way, are called aisle 24 because it's 24 hours a day and it's unmanned. So aisle, I guess, at 24. People don't want minimum jobs like this, they say on the news, and that's why they're filling this with cashierless convenience stores is what they're calling them. So look for those, look for domains for those. Self-serve stores are going to be good for obviously convenience stores, but they'll also be good for in apartments and condos where people don't want to have to leave the building and they can come down and just pick out what they want. It's almost like those little hotel gift shops that are so small that they're barely manned by anybody. So those things are going to be big. But the other big news that you need to pay attention to now, because it's going to be really good for you, is that Facebook is rebranding. And everyone is, it's going to be announced probably in the next few days or the next week. Mark Zuckerberg will announce a new name for Facebook, a lot like when Google rebranded to, well, they didn't rebrand. They had a parent company called Alphabet. They came out with that, but they're still Google. Facebook is still going to be Facebook, but they have so many brands that they own. They now want to be recognized as more than just Facebook. It will probably never work, but still they're going to rebrand. They could be calling themselves, you're probably wondering what they're going to call themselves. There's a good chance that they could be calling themselves Meta, META.com. Meta.com currently redirects to meta.org. It's the home of a biochemical research discovery tool developed by Chan Zuckerberg, who happens to be, it's under the name Chan Zuckerberg, but it happens to be Priscilla Chan, who's Mark Zuckerberg's wife. So there's a chance that it could be Meta, short for Meta Universe, or just Meta. That's a good chance that it may be. I'm not sure, but I would say take a look for any domains with Meta. See what you can find, because you may end up picking up something that's worth a lot of money. Keep that in mind. It's going to be Meta, I believe. We'll see for sure. I'm not positive, but all signs point to it could be that. So pay attention to that. I was going to say before that I was thinking of cutting these things down from weekly to bi-weekly or something. I'm getting busy. I'm managing about 3 or 4 portfolios for people in the Art of the Name and the Masterclass, which means I've got, so far, there's 8 pending sales. We're just waiting for our first few to come in between the 3 or 4 I'm managing. So I just want to make sure you guys are applying what I give you. You're learning, you're not buying old crap, and hopefully it's some real benefit to you. And what I do is I work with people to organize, help, price, negotiate, outbound market their sales and set up sequences for them. A lot of us are in the early stages with the portfolios that I'm working with, but we're getting some good offers. Somebody said all the good metas are taken. Yeah, I know. And what's even weirder is that meta.ca, it's not, it's a reserve domain, which means it's not registered, it's reserved at the registry. So I did check into that just before this call. So they may not all be taken. Maybe there'll be some meta universes available. Maybe there'll be some, I would go after things like metablog.com, metablog, stuff like that, because there's going to be all kinds of meta stuff, and there's nothing going on. It hasn't been announced yet, so you can go ahead and try to get something like that ahead of time. But there's a meta blog, meta website, could be anything, I don't know. Just take a look and see what's out there. Obviously, try to stay away from any existing trademarks, but try to set yourself up for success, and hopefully you find something good there. All right, so today's topic was basically how to manage your domains on the marketplaces, and I've got a bunch of steps to give you today, and then we'll go to the available domain names. We are ahead of schedule, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I am not having my root beer today. I'm having ginger ale, Schweppes, which I absolutely hate. Canada Dry is the only way to go. Anyway, anybody have any questions before we get to how to best set up your portfolios on marketplaces and where and how to do it? I've got a 15-step guide I'm going to go through with you guys. Let's see, we're getting some more hellos. Hello, is it Brenner? We'll hope. Brenner. We'll go with Brenner. You're happy about the meta stuff. All the good metas are taken. Yeah, I know, but we'll see what's available. It's still early in the game. Also, Bitcoin today hit its highest price ever. I forget, it was about 66,000 US. So pay attention to that. Hopefully, a lot of you have it. I've seen some people's portfolios who jumped like $6,000, $7,000 today just because of the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum went up as well today, so good for those two. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Bill and I have to get together and have a chat shortly. Yeah, so anyway, if you guys want to see these weekly, let me know and I'll keep doing them. If you've had enough and you just want them every couple of weeks, I'm okay with that too. Let me know whether you want every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, or every week. It's up to you. So let's go to something about the how to market your domains on the marketplaces. Now, somebody posted, I listed my portfolio and done after I heard you sold that domain. I thought Afternic automatically does that for you. So I'll tell you what I do, and you can decide how you want to do it. The reason that I like Dan, get rid of that banner. The reason I like Dan is it's got a lot of different options for domain names. I'll probably share one with you. What domain did I say I put up that I bought? I can show you that one, buying lists. I'll share that screen with you in a second and show you how I set that one up. I'm just going to go to it now, and you can go there as well. If you go to buying lists, let me just pull the screen out so I can show it to you, and I'll show you what I've done there. Okay, so let's share that, and then we'll go on to our marketplace chat. So what I did with that is all I did was I set it up on a Dan page. You can change it and customize it as you want. I set a buy now. Just bought it yesterday, so it was $9. Buy now at $48.50. You can lease to own it for $106 a month. You can make an offer, or you can rent the domain for $200 a month. It's up to you which one you choose. Well, you can pick whether you want it over 60 months or 44 months. And I just like the features. Plain and simple. It gets the stuff done, and it's pretty straightforward. Nothing really complicated here. Takes Visa credit cards. It's a decent looking page. You can customize this a little bit, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks now, but I just want to show you what the page looks like. This is the one that the thing I like is I can set it up in seconds. You basically register a domain name, change your name service to ns1.dan.com, ns2.dan.com, and off you go. So here's some of the things I would recommend that you guys do, and I'll watch your comments in case there's anything that comes in. So how do you set them up on marketplaces? Now I'm going to tell you what I do, and you're free obviously to do it however you want. So what I did was all my domains for, first of all the domains under $5,000 or something like that, or $10,000, whatever number you want, point them to dan.com. I point them to their site, but remember, it's very careful to listen here. Point your DNS and your landing page to dan.com, so when people come, that's the one that they see. But list them on all the marketplaces that you can think of. So list them on Afternic, list them on GoDaddy if you can, list them on Sato, list them on Uniregistry, list them on NameJet and SnapNames if you can, list them on Epic, list them on Save, list them on Bodus. So list them anywhere, but point them to your landing page at Dan because it's got the best options. I can also tell you that their payment system is fast, and I did get the first payment come through the day they told me to. They're pretty reliable. I have no interest in Dan or no ownership in Dan. I just wanted a quick place to basically put names and see what happens, and it's been working out okay. Then what you do is, if you can, add your contact details to the landing page. So if you can put, I don't know if you can with Dan because I haven't tried it yet, but if you can, add your contact details so that somebody can reach out to you directly through the landing page. So you can either use a system, or if somebody wants to contact you directly, you can avoid paying fees altogether. So put your WhatsApp, your company and your phone number, or your name and your phone number. Just make sure if you can do something like that. Always keep the who is information public on your domains if you actually want to sell the domains. If you're developing them and you want to keep them, then obviously don't put them as public, because you'll get calls on domains that you may not want to sell. But also if you have any borderline domains that you're worried about, privacy, who is privacy is not going to protect you from trademarks or anything like that. It just means the average Joe won't be able to get in touch with you. Somebody asked, how about FD? Sure, FD, do it wherever you can get them indexed, doesn't really matter. So once you get all your domains listed on dan.com, give it about a week. Then go into Dan and sort all of your domains by the number of visits, because it does give you a column that shows you how many visits you get to your domains. Put the highest at the top, and then start to go down that list of names that are under 5 or under 10K and price them. So any domains that are not like really high-end domains that you think you're gonna have to negotiate for, price them. This person who came in and bought the kids' debit cards never contacted me, never sent me an offer, never did anything. They just went in, saw it was like $18.50 and said, okay, I'll buy it now on a payment plan. Again, a $10 domain name or a $9 domain name. So that's why I like it. So go ahead and set up prices, but do it from traffic down, so you're not wasting your time on domains that are junk and may not have any traffic at all. It's also a good way for you to filter out your portfolio, or for me who's managing other people's portfolios, to look and see what names actually have value as opposed to what they think have value. Now, that doesn't mean because a domain doesn't have any traffic, it doesn't have value. That, of course, is not the case. It all depends on how many buyers could be running a business off of that domain name and setting up a business on it. So that's what you do. So sort your domains highest to lowest, and then start pricing them from the most visits to the least visits, and then see what you get, and then make your prices realistic if you want to sell them. If you don't want to sell them, price them at $1 million. It doesn't really matter. And then when you're done all that, and you've set up, so you need to make sure that you set up on Dan, after you've priced it and you've got a price on it, then set it up for a fixed price buy, a payment plan buy, either a rental or a make offer. Have all 4 options available, like I just showed you on whatever domain it is, buying lists. I just bought it yesterday and I love it, but I forgot it. So make sure that you set them up properly. And then after you've done all that and you've got all your domains priced, then export that price list and take that over to the other marketplaces and put the same prices in. So import the domains after you've done one site. So don't go posting your domains all over at all the different sites. If you've done that, go in and delete them all, because it's very hard to go in and update all the prices one by one, but you can import the domains with prices at most of the marketplaces after you've already priced it out in one place. So then go ahead and import those lists, and you'll have all the domains in there at certain prices. You can take commissions into consideration if you want. So if Sato charges 20%, Dan charges 9%, you can price the names 11% higher at Sato, or if it's 15%, 6% higher somewhere else. You don't have to always do that, because some ways it's better to price them lower. So I will tell you this. The site, when I listed kids' debit cards, so I had it listed on dan.com cheaper than it was at other marketplaces. And a lot of the domains, I like to do that on purpose so that people will just go in and buy it, or they'll do something there thinking they got a deal. There was another domain, I forget the domain name, but I had it listed for like $8,000 or $10,000, and somebody went in and bought it for $4,500 at one of the other marketplaces because they thought I didn't know what it was listed for there. I absolutely know what it's listed for there, and I list it differently on purpose so somebody will actually go in and buy it at that price. It's called strategy. Okay, so we're done with that. We're done with, okay, so now you've got your names listed on all the marketplaces. You've got the fixed prices, you've got payment plans where you can, you've got rentals where you can, you've got make offer everywhere. Make offer and fixed prices you can do anywhere. You can set a minimum price if you want on it. I usually don't bother unless I'm trying to weed out some undesirables, because any conversation is a good conversation to start. Then after you've got them all listed and priced properly on all the marketplaces, the next thing you need to do is go take your domain name, whatever it is, whether it's, let's go to kids debit cards or whatever it is, put the name in Google, take out the spaces, type in kids space debit space cards, and go look at who the possible companies that come up that are buying ads for it, and then contact the top 20 or 30 results, and call them, email them, whatever you have to do. Step 10 is email or call them. And have a professional email signature, so you look like a real person with a real company and not some fly-by-night who may or may not own the domain name. And then step 12, 13, and 14 are all repeat step 10. Again, email or call them, email or call them, email or call them. Putting the names up on the marketplaces, I've always said this, it's about 2 to 3% of the work. You're lucky if somebody comes by and trips by, but they're more than likely going to come by if you tell them about it. And then the last thing is respond well to any purchase-related inquiry, no matter what it is. Respond professionally. Don't tell them anything negative. Just respond with whatever you think it's worth or what it's priced. If I have a domain for $2,800 and somebody says there's $100, I just say, look, we're obviously not close, so I suggest you take a look at another name, or you're going to have to come up to closer to what I'm asking for the price. But there's no sense in being rude with anybody. So let's go back. A couple of questions are coming in. Let's see. I like Dan because I have their buy now and lease go to them. The make an offer comes direct to me. If I accept, I load it in Dan's leads manager. The process of payment, it's a discounted rate. Okay, so Jeffrey's doing it that way. That's a good way to do it. So Mr. Doucette is doing it the proper way. So take a look at that. Another thing, if you can put a complete description of you with the link to your site. Yep, you can do that too. Me, I either want them to buy it off the site they're on, or I want them to email or call me. But yeah, you can link to your site. Good number of searches from Dan. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I look at the 0 is a bad number. So I do look at the numbers. I guess it does matter. But I have so many, I think I've only got maybe 2,000 names in there to test it, and it's going well. A good number of searches is, I don't know, after a week, hopefully you've got at least 10 to 20 from names that you think you can sell. If you've got zero traffic on a lot of them, it's going to tell you what the name is worth. But again, that just means you may not get traffic from the marketplaces, and you may need to go ahead and just concentrate on the outbound marketing. Either way, you need to concentrate on the outbound marketing. Can you repeat the sites listed again? Sure. Just going to scroll up. Let's see. So I listed Afternic, GoDaddy, Sato, Uniregistry, Namejet, Snap Names, Epic, Save, which is sav.com, Bodis, BODIS, and then somebody asked me about EFTY, EFTY, which is another marketplace. So you can list them anywhere, but make sure you get them listed everywhere and try to be consistent. Otherwise, and then the other thing is, obviously, if you sell a name or you buy a new name, you have to add it. The most important site to add it to is to Dan, because that's where you want to point it to, but then you can go ahead and update it on the other sites. Depending on how many names you're buying each day and each night, it's tough to change them. So you may want to set yourself up to do it once a week, once every 2-3 days, whatever you want to go update all your lists, so you're not spending your whole day doing that. That's about it. So again, sort by most traffic. A couple people are asking, step 1, buy domain. Step 2, post domain for sale. Step 3, profit. The only thing you got to remember is there's only 2 reasons, a couple reasons you're buying a domain name, and one is to sell it, one is to build it, and hopefully you're going to make some profit selling domain names. All right. We're 32 minutes in, and now if anybody has any questions, fire away. Otherwise, we're going to get to the available domain names. These are names that are available to register tonight, right now. So we'll get to that. Daisy, be quiet. So that's a good question, Bill. From what I know, depends who you are. Back in the day, I was asked to list names on Namejet. So they were letting some people go in and list names so they had more inventory to sell. I think Namejet still does it. I don't know about Snap Names. You can check, but if you can, go ahead and list them there. For wholesale prices, are prices for names typically in the prices are not typically in the 3-figure range. It depends on the name. Is it advisable to put them at low 4 figures if they're good? I would say yes. It really depends on the name, though, and it depends what you paid for it. Like if you paid $300 or $200 for a name, 3 figures is not going to be a huge profit. But then again, if you put it at whatever, if you put it at $900, then it's still 300% profit or whatever it's going to be. So, I mean, it's up to you. Always consider what you paid for the name. If they're $10 names, you can basically price them at whatever you want. The lower you price them and they have traffic, the quicker they're going to sell. So maybe you're thinking about volume, and there's nothing wrong with going through volume to get to the sales numbers you need. You can either sell 100 names at $100, or you can sell whatever, one name at whatever 10,000 or 100,000 and go from there. You should have both types of names in your portfolio if you can afford to have them. For now, most people starting out will have the mid to high 3 figures and low, mid to high 4 figures. And if you've got something that you were able to snag that's really good that you got on a bargain, you'll have something higher than that. I just went through over 100 metaxxx.com suggestions by Esty, and all were registered this week. I did nab one finally. Congratulations. It doesn't have to be a com, remember that, because Facebook.everything is registered, so you can take a look at that. What's this? How much would you price About Dreaming at Dan? Honestly, Fernando, I don't know what business would be About Dreaming unless you're selling beds or something like that. So hard one to price. Anybody have any other questions before we look at the names that are available for you to register today? And then I've had mixed opinions on the shirt. I've been told it is a birdie from badminton or a shuttlecock. I've been told it looks like candy corn, and I've also been told by me it looks like a parachute, but I don't really know. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go to the next question. How does ownership transfer work if you list and sell it on Dan or another marketplace, but registered. Okay, good question, Jim. And by the way, I saw your email today. I'll get back to you again. How does it work? So what happens is when you sell the name through Dan, for me, for the name that I sold through Dan, which was the basically the lease to own, I transfer it to Dan. Dan holds it, and then Dan releases my payments and releases the domain to them when it's fully paid up. Otherwise, I think that it's just going to be a simple process of Dan holds the money, you give Dan the EPP code, then Dan will transfer the domain name either to the customer or to themselves, make sure that they have both, and then send it off. They may transfer it directly to the customer, or they may transfer it as a middleman to themselves first, which would be safer. Either way, it's fine. Dan does a good job at doing it, and I don't think there's any issues as far as that goes. I haven't had any, so. Well, that's about it. For those of you who don't know, I believe Dan is owned by Mike from Undeveloped, but that's just something on the side. For those of you that haven't been around forever, you wouldn't know what what Mike from Undeveloped is. Anyway, some people are asking about questions about their own domains. No time for reviews, so I'm going to ignore those. Anybody else have any questions that the whole group can relate to? If not, we're going to go to the available names. So get your fingers ready, get ready to type, and I will get to the available names, and we'll look at what's available that you can register. There are 42 available names, some good, some so-so. We'll see what we get. Nobody else asking questions, so let's go look at the available list. Okay, I'm just going to pull it over to my screen. Okay, here's your available list of domains that are available today, right now. So start registering if you want, and I'll explain why. Ukraine Translators, 359. Ukraine Translator is also here, so if you want to get that, go ahead. Obviously, it should be probably Ukrainian Translator because Ukraine is a country, Ukrainian is a language, but it still has traffic, and the other one has lots more traffic. Incorporate Ontario if you want to do a business where you're setting up companies in Canada or Ontario. $12.50, great name, $12.50 a month. Taxpayer Advocacy Service, $13.70 a month. Here's the Ukraine Translator singular because they're only looking for one translator. It has about 10 times the traffic as the plural, so $29.50 for that one. Locate Pets, great service if you are doing a service with a transmitter or a GPS. For pets, $3,560 a month. Taxpayer Advocacy Services, the plural has 3 times as much as the singular in this case because they want more than one service. Genomic Sequencer, $4,860 a month. Pets Delivery Service, this would probably be for food and stuff, $48.90 a month. Scissor Lift Rental, rent, $58.20 a month. Find Fettle Dispensary, I normally wouldn't leave this here, but it's a popular dispensary. You'd have to buy it and then just try to sell it to them. Their current name is findfettle.com. So they switched from Find Fettle Dispensary to findfettle.com, which is interesting if you're looking to how you would sell names that companies want to shorten up. That's a good way to drop one of the words. Maybe people couldn't spell dispensary, but apparently $6,500 a month are looking for it. It's got traffic to a dispensary, so you figure it out. Debit Cards USA, I left this in here because of the kids' debit card thing. $7,200 a month. Recover Mobile Data. That's a great business. $9,500 a month for people who want to recover mobile data from their phone if they've lost it. Filmmaking degree, $18,000 a month. Teeth whitening lights. I had to look this up, but it is a thing. $19,000 a month. Look for teeth whitening lights. Phone setups for those of you that have grandparents and want to set up a business where people can set up their phone. Maybe one day they'll get AnyDesk for phones or team viewers. You can log in and do it all. $21,000 a month. Rugby live streams for those of you in Australia or New Zealand, where I just learned this week the ratio of sheep to humans is 7-1. $25,000 a month. Look for rugby live streams. So that's a great place to put ads and things like that. Football live streams, hockey live streams, baseball live streams, all huge traffic. But rugby live streams is available right now, $24,000 a month. Keto Healthier, I left this here because a lot of keto diet stuff is always popular on these lists. $27,000 a month. Updated passport with everything that's going on. Everyone needs an updated passport, so they're all Googling it. $30,100. Park workouts for those of you who want to do yoga in the park. $62,000 a month. Park workouts. Fine art colleges for people that are going to research where they go to college. 77,800 people a month. low tax state. So people looking for Delaware or other low tax states, 87,700. Obviously, they want to incorporate a business and they want to get in there, or they want to move to a low tax state. AI for engineers, interesting, 95,000 people looking a month. Shop for rentals, this is one of those names that could be bought by almost any company or any brand. So I left this on here, 107,000. Analyzingreports.com, 126,000, which means you could analyze data reports even on Google Analytics or any kinds of reports you wanted to. It's a good business. Data is important. Modern dog beds. If you want to sell dog beds, 138,000 people are looking for a modern dog bed rather than an old dog bed. 138,000. Image background removal. This reminded me of the Seinfeld episode where George had to take himself out of the picture. 171,000 people look for image background removal. Maybe you split up with that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that husband, that wife, and you need it. So get them out of there instead of just ripping the picture. Network certificate. I thought this was good because it's a really good certifications thing, and you can add lots of courses and things on here and set up an affiliate site for Coursera or something else. 171,000. Architectural blueprint, spelt correctly. 185,000 people look for that. Fitness for couples, I think that's a really good business. 218,000 people. Actually, my son, who's big into fitness, asked my wife if she would want a membership to the gym for $35 and she could bring a guest every time. And I looked at her and said, well, I don't know who your guest is going to be, but it's not going to be me, but you're free to go and have fun. Anyway, fitness for couples is a really good thing, just not for me. Creating email. If you want to start writing email nurture sequences or campaigns or sequences for people, it's pretty good domain name, creating email. Cambridge Elementary, 300,000 people in Cambridge Elementary. Lots of schools named Cambridge Elementary, so I figured I'd leave that one in. Headphone earpads, 302,000 people looking for replacement earpads for their headphones. Could be a business, could be something you import and send out, who knows. Photos for printing, 344,000. Everybody does them now. Walmart does them, probably Target, everywhere else. Constructive criticisms. So if you can take constructive criticisms, maybe you want to be a coach or you want to do something like that. Constructive criticisms for businesses or for policies and procedures, 380,000. Cleaning your closet, it's a business. Closet organizers, cleaning closets, 500,000 people interested. I don't know why I kept Wins Mobile. It's probably a trademark. I will get rid of that. I don't know what it means. Submit applications. That could be for anything. Submit applications has 3 million people interested in that. Obviously, it'd be great for jobs or anything like that, but could be patent applications, trademark applications. There's so much you could do with submit applications. This one's a long one. Environmental impact assessments. Huge thing. 4 million people look for environmental impact assessments. And then the next one I liked, Stronger With You. I don't know. It's just a great brand. 4.5 million people. I just think there's so much you could do with Stronger With You, whether it be a cause or something for a ribbon that everyone talks about. Could be for cancer, could be for anything. Stronger With You sounds like a really good brand for me. I'm just not sure what it's going to be. Photographer for website. This would be something for a corporate photographer who wants to do high-end photos for companies for websites. That would be one of them that you would look at. So that one's a good domain name. And then we have application for disability. 6.4 million people looking for application for disability insurance. That's a lot of people. Software for a service. Now everybody knows what SaaS is. So this is softwareforservice.com, which is 6.8 million people are looking for it. Great name, especially since SaaS exists and it's a huge technology. Anybody have any questions, any names you like? Tell me what you got, tell me what you didn't like, or tell me what you didn't get or what you got. Let's hear it. I will stop sharing. So both of these lists will be available. Richard, what service do I use for search count? I use Google's Search API. It's the same number you would get if you linked into Google's Search API. So that's that one. Anybody get anything? Let me know what you got. It usually takes you a few minutes to register them and then tell me. Curious to know why there's such a big discrepancy on searches in the expired domain tool versus keywords everywhere. I don't know which search API they use, or if you're using worldwide or country specific. I tried that with some in the US and I had different numbers than they had because they're in the US and I'm in Canada, and I was set up to worldwide. So I have to take a look and see which one the tool is set up for. I think the tool may be set for US, but I'll take a look at that and we can see. But that would be why there's a discrepancy. If one's using keywords everywhere, does global searches, and then sometimes it does just country specific depending on how you installed it. Anybody have any questions? What domains did you get? What domains did you like? I'll wait for some comments while I go back to the popcorn. Anybody? I love butter popcorn. Okay, a couple more minutes and we'll see if anybody has any questions. And then we'll see what we do about whether we're going to go next week or whether we're going to skip a week. I will let you know. What domains did you guys get? No comments yet, so they'll probably all come in at once. For those of you that don't know how to join us, we are at facebook.com/groups/theartofthename. It's a private Facebook group. You can go there and apply to come in, and we will gladly accept you since you watched the video. Okay. Does your domain tool give search volumes? Yes, once we get the API set up, which I'm working on with a few people, the answer is search volumes it gives. Yes, it doesn't give CPC yet until we get that one set up and installed for you guys, but a few of you are already ready to run that. So somebody got phone setups, cleaning closet, and an application for disability. That's a good one. Good names. Definitely interesting. Those are good, 3 good domains. I got to look at what I would think is the best domains in that pile. Sometimes I'm surprised that after the show that some of you guys leave some of the ones that I actually like, which doesn't happen too often. So it's a nice treat when some of you guys leave some of these names left over for me. For those of you that know, these lists, both the domains that are available and the domains that are dropping tomorrow, will be available in the Google Drive archive that is shared for the Art of the Name. Happy to give you access to that if you don't have access to it already. All you have to do is message me either on Facebook or LinkedIn and say, can I have access to the Art of the Name shared Google Drive? And I'll get you access to that, and you can get those lists there after every show they get posted. Sometimes I even post them while I'm here. Anybody have any other questions at all? While you're doing that, I will go do exactly what I said I'll do. I'll go post those names, post the list so you guys can have them on the Google Drive. And if there's any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, here's the Art of the Name directory. I'm just going to move the files in now. Where are they? Available, in, and expiring, in. So both of those are in there now. I'm going to delete the older files from last week. Well, actually 2 weeks ago. And you'll see them. They are labeled available October 20th and expiring October 21st. So if you need access to those, let me know. Speak to me. They're in there. Otherwise, all good. Any other questions or comments? And what did you get? We're going to end early today, it looks like. Rich, you're more than welcome. No other questions. No comments. Quiet group. Good group, but quiet group today. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to slide out with some ginger ale and relax. Have a great night, and I will see you guys either next week or the week after. Take care, and good luck. Don't forget to back over.